horses, all set. And away they go from the 1600-meter marker. Kasha, the early leader. Lady Ming now goes off to lead it. Mamacita fights in the early stages. In other words, is near the rail. Make My Own Luck and Queen's Advance, the trailer, also head up in the air for Queen's Advance. That's racing about 6 lengths off the leader. Lady Ming setting a nice tempo, leads it by 2. Kasha second, 2.5 lengths. In other words, is at the rail third. Then Mamacita, Make My Own Luck and Queen's Advance about 7 lengths off the leader. Lady Ming is the leader by 2. Kasha second. The favourite, in other words, at the rail in the blue third, and Mamacita the pink cap. Then Make My Own Luck, and at the back is Queen's Advance, 6 lengths from top to tail. Lady Ming by 2, Kasha second. Mamacita's third, in other words, at the rail fourth. Then Queen's Advance and Make My Own Luck, they're homeward bound. Lady Ming still there, 2 lengths. Kasha's in the green sleeves and cap, and on the outside Mamacita, in other words, comes off the rail to the middle of the track. She's got 2.5 to go. Lady Ming, Mamacita, Kasha, in other words, tries to make it a line of 4 as they come to the 200. Kasha, but now in other words, puts on the pressure. In other words, Mamacita, Kasha, but in other words, is going on, and she remains unbeaten on the poly. In other words, she sings the tune. Mamacita second, Lady Ming, maybe Kasha ran fourth. Number 2, in other words, the daughter of Trippy, undefeated on the poly, 5 from 5, her 5th career win, and this one over 1600 meters shows up at 150. The win was travelling at the rail. Anthony pulled off the rail into the stretch. There's the seal of approval. She comes away then to win it by just over 2 lengths. The daughter of Trippy, Sean Terry, Chris Vanica for Claverflay stud. Mamacita second, Lady Ming the long-time leader third, Kasha will run fourth, then Queen's Advance and Make My Own Luck finish last. Tote favourite, 150 the win. There's 4 of them in a line. Kasha, the green sleeves and cap, red cap, Lady Ming, the pink of Mamacita, and on the right, in other words, still under the hands, and comes good then inside the 200, and just gets a reminder or so, and then rushes away and wins it well. So as we say, undefeated, 5 from 5 on the poly until the running of the 8th race. Back to the studio.
Well done to trainer Sean Terry and, of course, owner Chris Vanicak with his daughter of Trippy, bred by Claverface stud, a 300,000 rand purchase at the Cape Premier Yearling Sale 2013. And she's turned out to be a fantastic buy. Loving the surface, the poly track, 5 from 5 now. And Dijon Steyn is a gentleman that's in charge of the yard here in KZN. And everything's looking good, you know. I heard your interview with Warren, and I must echo his sentiments as well with regards to Zambezi. But it was a nice evening overall for the stable as well.
Yes, no, to have 4 winners on a day is fantastic, especially when Chris was there as well. It's nice. Now, this filly won a very nice race. We would worry about the distance and the pace, but there was, with that low weight of Muzi's, made a nice pace for us. Well, not for us, but in the race. So I'm glad, and thanks to Anthony, and well done to Chris and to Sean.
Before you leave us, anything else left? We've got 2 races left.
Yeah, Anthony's riding that horse of ours, Ostentation. I think it's the right distance. 1,000 could be a bit short, 14 too far, but she's running the 1,200. If she jumps and she's in the shake-up early, I think she will be hard to beat.
Well done here, Dijon, and give our best to Sean as well.
Thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
Well done, Dijon Steyn. Let's get the birthday boy in. Sheldon touched on it earlier on. Bonji, he never asked your age. I was surprised. I mean, why didn't he ask your age? How young are you today?
21 days.
But you've had a long time as an apprentice, international racing, and of course enjoying it back here in the country. And it's been a great time for you thus far in your career, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've been very lucky from where I come from, and for what I've achieved today in my career. Very, very lucky, and you're fortunate. And sometimes in life you need that luck, and I was fortunate.
Well, it's going well for you, at this stage of the game, and coming back to this filly. I know we discussed it at length, Sheldon and I, about the pace, and we hoping that that they could play into your hands. But Muzi rode an enterprising race.
Yeah, he did. I actually didn't expect the pace to be that quick. So he rode a very clever race because he knew the only way to beat me was to test my filly to see if her stamina. And I turned into the straight. I just glided off Calvin's heels, and she took a couple of strides. And then once she was halfway up the straight, I knew the race was over.
It's turned out to be a good day for you. You got 2 on the board. Your last 2 rides, quick comments on them, Ho'oponopono and Ostentation?
Yeah, Ho'oponopono always comes from a long way back, and you've got to be want a bit of luck. He's a horse that you've got to give him a chance and just hope the right gap opens. And the last filly in the last race has got a very good chance. I think there's a perfect trip, drawn 1. She comes out the gates, they should be very hard to beat.
This filly on the surface is superb, isn't she?
Yeah, she's very good, and they've had a lot of problem with her soundness, and today she went down very, very well, and it's the best I've felt her, and very well done to Dijon and Sean, and to Mr. Fanikak, thank you very much.
Well done, winning jockey Anthony Delpesh, and again, well done to you, Sean, number 2 in other words. If you caught this quartet, the numbers you'll need, 2, 4, 6 and 3. That's the way they finished. Another favourite arrives. Race number 7.